Welcome back! My name is Baller Scuba. This is Video Games Over Time. We are still in 1986. Today, we're going to talk about the Sentinel. The story of the Sentinel takes us to Geoff Crammond, a British video game programmer. Crammond first released a video game in 1982. This was Super Invaders, a Space Invaders clone which was published for the BBC microcomputer system. After this, Crammond would switch to simulation games, creating both a flight simulator and racing simulation games over the next couple years. He was best known for Revs, a series of racing simulation games released between 1984 and 1986, which were moderately successful. He followed up the success of Revs with the Sentinel. The Sentinel is a puzzle game. The player plays as a Synthoid, a telepathic robot, who must climb from the bottom of the level to the top of the level. The Synthoid itself cannot move across the level. Instead, the robot can absorb objects to gain their energy, create trees, boulders, and new Synthoid shells, and transfer their consciousness to another Synthoid shell. It is through this process that the player must defeat the levels. The game has 10,000 levels for the player to go through. If the player is able to make it through all the levels, the game will loop back to the first level. It is said that Crammond did not believe anyone would actually finish the game. To publish the game, Crammond reached out to a company named Firebird. Firebird is a label used by Telecomsoft to release their budget titles. Starting to release British computer games in 1984, it was thanks to the success of Firebird titles that Telecomsoft was able to purchase Beyond Software in 1985. Firebird also had obtained the rights to port Ultimate Play the Game's ZX Spectrum games to the Commodore 64. Firebird published The Sentinel to British and American computers in 1986. Its original format would be for the BBC microcomputer. In America, the game would be known as the Sentry, with the Synthoid simply called a robot. That is a brief backstory to the Sentinel. With that told, it's time to play the game for ourselves. And here we are in the game. This is the Sentinel. Now we have a few options here. We can go with the color graphics adapter. That might be the most representative of the original color scheme on some of the other computers, but we're playing the DOS version, and I'm going to take advantage of that and use the video graphics array. It's essentially the same, but I think the colors look nicer, so we're going to stick with that. We'll be hearing that quite a bit. This is the Sentinel, and there's a Sentinel just kind of staring at us. Now, if you read the manual, they basically give you a tutorial on how to beat the first level, and you basically need to do that in order to figure out what the hell is going on in this game. This one's kind of a weird one. I'll try to explain it as we go, but there's probably going to be some things that I miss along the way. Let's go ahead and press the any key, and then we will enter in our landscape number of 0. Any other landscape number of the 1,000 landscapes is going to require a password. And we don't have any passwords, so we're going to start with number 0. Let's go ahead and get in. And there we go. Look how nice this looks. I do like this version. All right, so that's the landscape. We start at the bottom. We need to get to the top. So we're going to start by heading right a bit and then going to the bottom of this tree, hit the mouse. And where's my mouse? There's my mouse. Left click the tree, and now I have absorbed the tree's energy. That's what we need to do here. Okay. Let's turn to the left. It takes a while. In case you're wondering what that beeping is, that's whether the Sentinel has spotted me yet. But I don't think we're in too much trouble here. Okay. Well, going to the left didn't work out as well as I had hoped. Let's go ahead and put something right there. We're going to hit B for boulder because we have enough energy for a boulder that requires 2 trees. And then in the top left, you can see I have enough for 3 Synthoids. Hey, what happened here? Hey, why did my boulder go away? And you have to hit the base, like you can't just go there. Oh, the Sentinel's on to me. I thought I had to go to the left here. And I'm losing so much energy because he's keeping an eye on me. And I failed already, I think, in the tutorial level. I did. Game over. The Sentinel got me. It was bound to happen. All right, let's try it again. You have to be kind of quick in this game. All right, so let's go ahead and grab that. I don't know why it takes a while. All right, there we go. B for boulder, and then on top of the boulder, I'm going to hit R for robot, and then I'm going to right click. And that transports me to the new Synthoid robot. So I can go ahead and absorb that, and then see where we can go from here. Okay, so I can try to take that energy. You kind of want to take as much energy as you can. This does have mouse support. I would recommend doing mouse support. Let's put a boulder, and then there, and warp there. Okay. Now, I can't see that, but I don't think I need... Oh, well. The Sentinel is onto that spot. Where is the Sentinel? Uh-oh, he's onto me again. B, R, warp. Alright, let's try to take that while I can. Take that while I can. Alright, where is he? He should be at the top. There he is. And then let's go ahead and absorb that. Can I just... I thought I could get there. Am I not clicking in the right spot? I feel like that's the right spot. Let's go ahead and put a robot there. And just warp there. And we'll take all that back. Now over here somewhere, there is a Sentinel. He is pointed the other way. Can I warp to him? How do I get close to him? I'm trying not to follow the tutorial. I did it before. I don't need to do it again. Yeah, every time he turns like that, then he's closer. All right, I should be able to get it from there. And he's like right over here. Haha. All right, and put the robot there, warp there. And then once you're there, geez, you can reabsorb this if you want. But there's not really a point. We're on the Sentinel spot, and that's what you need to do in order to win. Thought I could get that back. Give me that one. Nope. They don't want me to absorb anything anymore. All right, you hit H for hyperspace, and that's how you get out. And there's our code. I should probably write that down, but no, we're just going to move on. We're just, yeah, 266574424. That's what you would need to do in order to get into landscape number 1, which is the second level. All right, so we made it through the tutorial. Let's see what else we can do here. Oh, I have to do it every time? I should have written that down. Hold on. Let me look that up because I have it recorded. I didn't realize you guys were going to do me dirty like that. All right, press the key, landscape number 1. Secret entry code is 266574424. Did I type too fast? 266574424. Why didn't you pick up that first one? All right, landscape number 1. We're ready to go. Not too much going on here. Let's see what we can do. Okay. Using the mouse is so much better. All right, I don't think there's too much that we can see from here, so let's just go ahead and put a boulder and a robot and warp to it. Give me a little bit of height here. Okay, now I can do that here. Boulder, robot, warp. Try to go fast. I didn't really see where the guy was, but I should probably spot him. Okay, so he's facing that way. And he turned a little bit my way. So let's go boulder over on this side. Okay. Grab those again. and see if we can't get closer to him. Go behind him. I don't think I need to grab that again because I think I can just grab him from here. You can. All right, robot warp. I think you have to make it to the top. Either way, hyperspace. And we've done it. All right, landscape number 5 is next for us. And that's 216-14821. 216-14821. All right, I got it written down this time. We're on to landscape number 5. Have to type it in every time now. 216-14822. What? I swear it just doesn't pick up the first thing that I type in sometimes. And I don't know why that is. Like, I hit that button pretty hard. This looks like a nightmare. Let's see what we can do. Put the mouse on again. All right. I have enough for a few synthoids here. Looks like 3 in a tree, which is what? 4? That's 13 energy, so to speak. 13 trees worth of energy. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much I can do down here either, so... Where is another tile? There's another tile. Boulder, robot, warp. All right. Thank you. Okay, can see a little bit more now. Can grab that. Boulder, robot, warp. Take that and that. And then take the tree's energy. Take this tree's energy. Okay, you're over there. Let's do a boulder and a robot there. Can I just... Yeah, I don't even need to hit the boulder or anything. Like, we're good. Okay. Got a little bit more energy. Up to 4 synthoids and a tree. 4 synthoids and a boulder. That's what a boulder looks like, by the way. There we go. Not that I need that. And that's enough for a sentinel, I believe. All right, over there. Boulder, robot, and warp. Okay. So far, the sentinel hasn't spotted us. He's up there. Is there anywhere else I can go to? That seems like the best spot, unfortunately. Boulder, robot, warp. I'm just... You can make a tree, but I'm not entirely sure the point of it. Like, just always get on the boulder. Okay, he's up there. Boulder, robot. And robot and warp. And we did it! Hyperspace again! Okay, number 14. Why can't you just do it in order? 8607, 6867. Alright. Probably got one more left in me. Okay, landscape number 14. I'm going to hit the button twice. There we go. Learn my lesson. This doesn't pick it up. Oh, this looks like a nightmare, and there's 2 sentinels. Okay, this might actually be the doom of me. Let's see what happens here. Turn the mouse back on. Mouse makes things so much easier for me. I've just gotten in the habit now. Just start by putting a boulder down and a robot. See what you can see from there. All right, there's another spot. That puts me a little bit higher. And I can grab that. Not that I think I need it right now. What can I do from here? Not a lot. Looks like that's my spot. Boulder, robot there. Uh-oh. Yeah, I fixed it. I was being spotted, so I immediately warped back. Like, you could tell I was being spotted. Is there anywhere I can go over there? That's probably a better spot for me, and maybe I won't get spotted there. I am getting spotted. Boulder Robot Warp. Yeah, when you're spotted, they take away your energy. And once you run out of energy, you're dead. So don't let that happen. Come on, I can grab that. All right. Boulder Robot Warp. Okay, there's one over there, but I thought I saw one over here as well. Yeah, T is for tree, by the way. Like, oh, look, you can make a tree. Oh, I'm being spotted. Warp. Yeah, they're taking the energy from that because they saw it. And the Sentinels take all the energy. I feel like there's a second one that should be lower than that one. I think that one's at the top. Let's grab a whole bunch of trees here. We'll go there. Try to get a ton of energy out of this. Okay, so Boulder Robot there. And hopefully, oh, that's where one is. And I can just take you. And then over here somewhere is this one. Yep, there we go, got them both. And now we can, yeah, I don't think that, once you're at the high spot, they won't let you absorb anymore, I take it. All right, we can hyperspace out of here and get another code and another landscape, but I think that is going to do it. We have shown what this game is and how it goes. I have no interest in going through all 1,000 levels of this game, but that is the game played, and with the game played, it's time to talk about how it holds up today. Playing the game today, the first question that I always ask myself is, did I have fun playing the game? And for the Sentinel, I did have a little bit of fun playing the game. It was short-lived fun, but what I did do was fun in small doses. I went through, what, I think 4 levels of the game, and that was enough. That's all I really needed to do. There's really nothing that's pushing me in particular to continue going for hours, seeing how far I can go, how many enemies I can absorb and get to the top of the level, and how many levels I can go through. At the end of the day, it just was fun, and it's more about the technical prowess of the game for me than anything else. And the reason for that is because it's a very early 3D game, so it's going to have some issues. It's choppy. Viewing, I went as fast as I could using the mouse. If you use the arrow buttons to move the screen instead, to move like the camera angle, it goes slower. So it just feels choppy. That is the highlight of it at the time, but I also think it's something that did not age particularly well. In the age of modern video games, 3D is not really a big deal, but in 1986, that is a huge deal. The fact that you can basically do a puzzle game in a 3D space and it feels like you are in the 3D space is something that is rare for the time. It's not unheard of, right? We have played 3D games before in some aspect, right? We played Mercenary, we played Elite, we played Lords of Midnight. Those were all early 3D games. This one's another one, and you can move, in a sense, through the game, through this 3D space, and it really does feel like you're in there. But the gameplay aspects are hindered by the technology of the time. So it does feel choppy. It feels like you're not always doing exactly what you want to do in the game. So is the game fun? To a certain extent, yes. Is it something that I would recommend people go out of their way to find and play? No, it's really more about the technical aspects, and you can get that in a video or a few screenshots. The gameplay itself is complicated. The fact that there's not really any sense of user interface in the game to tell you what buttons to press is kind of a big deal for me. The fact that I had to look it up in the manual, and the manual just uses it as a tutorial to get through it. So you have to learn how to left click and right click and hit T for tree, B for boulder, R for robot, H to win, H for hyperspace, which takes you to the next one. The fact that you're going to need so many codes written down all over the place. Like, all right, so I have to write down landscape number 30, and this is the, I think, 8-digit code to get in there. It's a lot of work to play this game, and as such, I feel like those particular aspects didn't age particularly well. In terms of graphics, it's a toss-up a little bit for me. I think that the graphics at the time were really good because it really did feel like you were looking at 3D polygons, right? And that's what they were going for, so that makes sense. But by today's standards, I feel like it's pretty plain, but I also see a couple games here and there try to go for that style. But for me, it didn't really hold up that well, but for other people, the style works for them. In terms of sound, I feel like the sound is pretty basic, but it's a computer game from 1986, so we're not going to get a ton of great music, but you know, the music, the little jingles that we did get, they were fine. Nothing particularly wrong with them for me, but clearly something else along the way would have helped immensely in terms of the sound. In terms of replayability factor, this game has none for me. That's why I stopped, even though I was doing just fine. It's not something that I will probably ever want to go back to. I'm never going to, just be saying, I should play the Sentinel again. But for other people that probably grew up with it, that experience is going to be different. So once again, would I recommend this game? I think the answer is going to be no. This is a game much more about the technical aspects than it is about the gameplay or what's actually in the game. Just more about how the game functions is the best part of this game. So I would not recommend it for most people. But if you are interested in early 3D programming, this game is worth checking out for you. And that's my modern take on the game. When the Sentinel was released, it proved to be popular. The critics were very positive about the game. The game's originality and the tension of the game were particularly cited among the game's highlights. The game was seen as one of the best games of all time when it was released. As time has gone on, the game's reputation has remained positive, particularly in the UK. There it often makes lists of the best video games of all time, particularly on the platforms where it was released. The Sentinel would see a sequel. We will keep an eye on that as we continue. As for Jeff Crammond, the success of the Sentinel would keep him in the video game industry. We will hear from Jeff Crammond again, although perhaps only briefly. As for Firebird and Telecomsoft, they would continue to publish computer games. We will also hear from these companies again as we continue, although perhaps only briefly. That will do it for the story of the Sentinel for now. My name is Baller Scuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in our next video when we get on board.